What in the world did Path of Exile 2 look like in 2019 when it was initially revealed? Then in 2021 and in 2023 when it was announced to the world that Path of Exile 2 was no longer an expansion to Path of Exile 1, but it was now an independent sequel to the game. We are going to be looking at all three trailers for Path of Exile 2 and comparing and contrasting the differences in what might have changed year to year in GGG's development process. We're going to start with the very first trailer for Path of Exile 2. Let's take a look.
The gods are dead, but left on their own, men will always seek to take their place.
Criminals! Your sentence is to be hanged from the neck until dead. Let your souls feed the first ones, and your bodies feed the land.
The only result is pain and death.
The demon is escaping! Kill her!
Get them! Only 20 years since Kitava fell, and already corruption spreads like a plague through these shattered lands. Wretched malevolence lurks in the shadows. It is our calling to put it to an end. It must be done if Rayclast is to survive.
Now that's a trailer, and now that's a reveal. I can remember that was the day after I started playing Path of Exile 1. To see that the day after and hear that it was a mega expansion to this game that I had already fallen in love with was just spectacular and a feeling like no other. You can see in the Path of Exile 2 trailer number 1 though, there weren't that many drastic changes from POE1 to POE2 planned yet. Yes, the animations were upgraded. Yes, the graphical quality was far superior. Yes, the boss fights looked far more in-depth, but from the trailer itself, you really could imagine all of that gameplay being in the Path of Exile 1 campaign of today. That's all it was, campaign footage. And there were still large monster packs, there was still a lot of fighting, right? That's what the POE1 campaign looks like today, honestly. You wouldn't start seeing the seismic shifts until we look at the Path of Exile 2 trailer 2, which released 2 years after the first one. GGG went completely silent about Path of Exile 2 from November 2019 to April 2021 while they let it cook. And even in April 2021, the game was still set to be the 4.0 mega expansion to POE1. Let's take a look at that trailer and see how it compares to the initial glimpse at POE2.
Among ancient ruins, evil grows once more. The seed of corruption advances, spreading dread and despair. We must give chase. These sands hide countless secrets. 3,000 years of dormant malevolence. We must hunt down the seed and put an end to this madness. If Rayclast is to survive.
Looking at that trailer, which released in April of 2021, we only see 3 large differences or reveals from the current day Path of Exile 1. That is the reveal of the crossbow, which is a brand new weapon class in Path of Exile 2, and the way that you use it with the different bolt types. Then we see the spear as well, which is a weapon that requires you to leap into melee combat and then leap out. And then we see boss health bars in Path of Exile 2. Those are the only 3 really big reveals, and that was only emboldened by the actual 15-minute gameplay showcase. Nothing else had really changed. There were still Quicksilver flasks in POE2. There were still only the set of classes that we thought we had, right? There wasn't a Huntress. That showcase was of the Ranger. The Ranger was wielding the spear there. However, in July of 2023, GGG would completely shake the Path of Exile 2 and 1 community when they announced that Path of Exile 2 would not be an expansion to Path of Exile 1. Instead, it would be an independent game, developed concurrently beside Path of Exile 1. We can see from the trailer there are many, many changes. Let's give it a watch right now.
The gods caused all this, you know. After Oriath was destroyed, I traveled, searching for answers. Everywhere I went, the same divine devastation. It must end. I will end it. And no exile will stop me! This world will be reborn, no matter the cost.
While I do think the first trailer is a masterclass in announcing a sequel or a massive expansion to your game, trailer number 3 is by far the best. It's not because of the banger music, and it's not because it syncs up perfectly with every single cut. It's because that it revealed that Path of Exile 2 was truly a huge, innovative sequel to Path of Exile 1. 6 new character classes, 36 ascendancy classes, 100 bosses, 700 item base types, 100 different environments. A step up in animation and graphical quality compared to all past showcases. It looked phenomenal. And we're actually gonna just study it a little bit now. Let's rewatch this trailer just a little bit. First, we open up with what appears to be an in-game cinematic. It's showcasing the player character and a villain, right? I think those are going to be in Path of Exile 2, especially given Jonathan Rogers' latest comments on the fact that they cannot confirm nor deny cinematics being in Path of Exile 2. This looks like a perfect in-game cinematic. And then here is where the large reveals begin. We have the witch, the ranger, the different types of movement, the role, the duelist, the shadow, just absolutely everything, showcasing the new weapon types, showcasing new skills, new classes, the werebear, and then of course the epic boss fights, wherein there is methodical gameplay now, even more so than the showcases in the first 2 trailers. The gameplay here, especially during the boss fights, has meaning behind it. And that's something that they are seriously stressing in Path of Exile 2. And then we have this giant boss who literally has a belt of human bodies hanging off his chest. Wait a second, that's not a belt, that's an amulet. Truly, just everything here changed when that 3rd trailer came out. There's no way people could have expected that. They had been silent since 2021 on the matter. They hadn't told us that they were separating out the games, even though Jonathan Rogers said they actually did that very soon after that 2021 reveal. That single fact alone really changed the entire scape around Path of Exile 2. This allowed them to completely break away and do whatever they wanted in the genre to truly try to innovate their game and the genre itself. They're doing things like adding WASD in the game. It seems like they're going to follow in Diablo 4's footsteps and have cross-play in the game as well. There's just many improvements here, and I am so excited to play this game, everyone. Let me know, are you in the same boat? Will you be hopping into the beta if you can get access on June 7th, 2024? I know I will. Anyways, that's all for this video. Tala Moana, Exiles.